Yeah, okay, so as you can see, the temperature is actually climbing up. This is because this kind of a test is kind of dumb. Hello there, dear viewer. Welcome to another one of my videos. In this one, I would like to build a mini fridge with the help of this little Peltier cooler. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this old GPU cooler to cool the hot side of the Peltier, and it's all going to be powered by this old PC power supply. Now, first I will start with all of the wiring, ensure everything works, and once that is done, I will work on making a 3D printed enclosure so this becomes a proper fridge. So without further interruption, let's get into action and try to build this mini fridge. Nice. Alright, so just a very quick test. I just want to see that these two fans spin up. So I'm gonna power up the power supply and then the distribution board. And hopefully these two fans will start up. So let's do that and hopefully nothing blows up. Nice. Alright, so now that I know that the setup is working, all it takes is now to assemble the fans to this mounting jig, I guess I could call it. Mount the fans, ensure that this is cooled, mount the Peltier on top of it, mount a distribution, this is an aluminum distribution plate, and that's gonna be the basis of my fridge. Then all I have to do is just print the enclosure for it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into that. And of course, this is too small, so they don't fucking fit. Alright, I will have to fix that. Good. So as you can see, I have fucked up on this one. I have made it far too big. I went through, but hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. Nice. Alright, so I just want to check that the tech is working before I proceed. So I'm gonna have it wired directly to the power supply. If everything goes well, I will make sure to add an additional switch for the tech. But right now I just want to know that it's working, so I'm gonna plug it straight in. Hopefully everything goes well and it doesn't, you know, burn and explode and all of that. So let's try it and hopefully this is gonna be a good one. So let's do that. That's the power supply. It's not working. Why? Alright, so as you could have seen previously, as I turned it on, it would just, the distribution board would immediately shut down. And what I have found out is that if I take the light and I plug it into the distribution board, I turn it on, everything is running. And I believe the tech is cooling, so that's perfect. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look up why this is the case. Oh yeah, that's cooling. That's oh yes! I just hope I'm not overheating it. I currently have a fairly small the airflow is pretty small and you can tell the heatsink is getting hot, so gonna work on that a little bit, but everything is working so far. Alright, so as you've seen before, I did a little bit of testing, and what I have realized is that this distribution board doesn't really cut it. This is a 75 watt Peltier at 12 volts, which is approximately 6.25 amps. These fuses on the distribution board are only rated for 5 amps, so that's not gonna cut it. But I can still use it to power on the PSU, and I'm going to use one of these onboard ports for light. And to power the Peltier, I'm going to use the PCIe power cable. I'm going to snap it and connect it with Vagos directly to the tech. Not directly. I plan to put an automotive relay in between this, which is also going to be connected to a switch. And this will allow me to power on the cooling fans, power on the light, but have the Peltier off. And with a click of a switch, turn it on whenever I wanted to. So let's try that. Let's see how this is going to turn out. Hopefully nothing short circuits. So I'm just, because I only have a blue cable, so I'm just marking it as black, just to have clarity in the cable, because I don't have a black cable, so I'm using the blue one, and I'm just marking it with this electrical tape to make a better sense of it, I guess. Okay, I guess that's good enough. The time has come. Execute Order 66. Okay, so the board. The switch is already lit up, so that's telling me... honestly, no idea what it's telling me. The fans are working. This doesn't seem to be cooling, so... if I send it, the good thing is that nothing is smoking, nothing is burning. Now the question is whether the switch is working. Okay, so I think that the adjustment I need to make is this. Hopefully that's gonna work. Right, because that should be, okay, that's completely fucked. That should be 86. Let's see. Okay, so power. Nice, nice. The relay didn't switch on the startup of the distribution board. Fans are running, and now the relay should click. Yes, yes, I think it's working. Alright, and before I get to making the enclosure for the whole fridge, I just want to test how much it can cool. So I have this temperature sensor. Right now it says 21.2 degrees. I'm gonna turn on the Peltier cooler and just watch after a period of a few minutes how much does the temperature drop from the Peltier, from the distribution plate. So let's try that. Once I do that, I will try to chill up this Sprite bottle, so we'll see how that goes. So let's do that. Okay, so both of these tests, the temperature sensor and the Sprite bottle, are kind of dumb because, as you can see, the distribution plate that is getting cooled is exposed to all these fans, so there's quite a bit of condensation and the cooling performance is impacted. I will resolve this by 3D printing a shroud that will sit here. It will direct the airflow in the needed directions. We will see the actual performance after I 3D print the shroud and test it. Alright, and as you could have seen, the cooler works. Unfortunately, the cooling capacity is rather limited. However, I plan to fix that by 3D printing an enclosure which will allow to keep the cold air inside. Then again, this video is getting a little bit too long for my liking, so I'm going to keep that for part 2. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in part 2.